Hello class, this is Danny Wiley, and I'm here to talk to you about the price of college textbooks. How many of you know, on average, how much you spent last year on textbooks? Well, Allie Bidwell says that in 2014, we spent an average of $1,200 per year for textbooks. And this is just at your basic colleges. My thesis for this is whether it is doing worse in a class without access to the required textbook or taking longer to reach graduation. It's clear that the issue of textbook costs has evolved from a simple financial concern to a threat to student success. So what I've done is I've pulled numbers from a college that I'll use as an example. The college that I chose is the University of Michigan in Flint. At this university, for the winter semester, there's a book on sale with the title, The Principles of Instrumental Analysis, on sale for $400.85. That's brand new. And yes, I did quote that right. $400.85 for one book. The discipline at this college in which the textbooks cost the most is marketing. For the winter session or the winter semester at this college, students can pay up to $2,081.10 just for books. Let's use another example from this university. Let's say you're a business major and the books in this major on average cost $250. So that means that if you take a 5-class semester, you're going to pay right at $2,500 per year. That doesn't sound bad, but when you look at it for 4 years, you're going to pay $10,000 on books in this discipline alone. You also have to take classes outside of your discipline. So on average at this college, the average book, it's a little less, it's right at $200 per book. But in a 4-year period, you'll still be paying right at $8,000 for your books. One of the things that I've learned while doing this research is that the prices of the books or the textbooks have gone up. And one of the reasons is there's really no competition between publishers. There are several students that do different things or take classes different based on the cost of the textbooks. In a study done by Alice Bidwell, or Allie Bidwell, due to the cost of textbooks, 65% of the students she surveyed said that they decided against buying a book required for a class. Of course, of these students, 94% said that they were concerned that doing so would hurt their grade in the class. And even in a class like the one we're in, if you don't have the textbook, you can't do things like the weekly discussion boards. In other classes that I've taken, you couldn't do things like the weekly exercises if you didn't have the textbook. So another thing that other students are doing is they're actually looking at the classes and looking at the cost of the textbook and deciding when they'll take this class. One of the results of this means that they'll actually stay in school longer because they can't afford all of the textbooks for all of the classes that they have to take. So after learning all of this, what I did was I went to the website for the National Association of College Stores, aka the NAC. And the NAC estimated that In the fall of 2014, students spent an average of $313 on course materials needed for their classes. And the bad part is the college bookstore doesn't make much off of new books. When you factor in the cost of the shipping, the manufacturing, stocking, the gross margin of profit, or the average gross margin for profit, is 21% according to NACS 2013 College Store Industry Financial Report. This margin has remained consistent since 1989. It basically means that after a store has sold a new book and they've paid all of the other costs for having that book in stock and selling it, they make an average of 4 cents per book. Lower prices on college textbooks are available overseas because the same publishers that sell these books to United States colleges sell them overseas for cheaper. And what a lot of people have done is they've looked at the textbook, looked at the cost, gotten on the internet overseas, and had them ship the book. Same book, same publisher, cheaper price. The NAC is actually fighting to work toward one price per book, no matter where you're from. And I think that's a good fight. I like to make sure that we point out something. The cost for publishing these books didn't go up. The graph that I'm showing now shows the increase, or the historical increase, in college textbooks. This is right at 945% between the years of 1978 and 2014. In comparison to increases in the overall customer price index, which is right at 262%. The customer price index for medical care went up 604%. And the median sales price for new homes went up 408% over the past 37 years. And if we want to make the statement that it just costs more to publish textbooks in general today, let's take a look at this chart. The CPI for recreational books has been falling relatively overall to the CPI, or the Customer Price Index, since 1998. During this time frame, the Customer Price Index for textbooks has risen 3.5 times more than the overall Customer Price Index. So it's not that it costs more to publish college textbooks. They just cost more. So in closing, I'd like to say that there was a study done in the University of Wisconsin-Madison that showed that if every student was assigned just one textbook per year, or one open textbook per year, that it would generate over $6 million in student savings in just 1 year. That's a lot of money. So I believe that we should work towards lower textbook prices to help students graduate college. Thank you.